So a couple of blocks, a strap, a bolster, you should have all those things. Today is a lot about hips, but we will get some shoulder opening in today. It's gentle flow and meditation. So I'm gonna have you start in a place that's right for you. So you all choose. It can be on your back, it can be seated, child's pose, whatever you would like. Setting yourself up, taking time to set yourself up so that you'll feel as comfortable as you can for these first few minutes. And as you all are aware, I do like to take a little more time to settle in at the beginning of class. So giving yourself an opportunity to check in. Being fully aware of spots throughout the body that might be feeling a little tense. So check in those chronic areas, those spots that you are normally tense, and notice. And then do an inventory of those spots that feel really good as we start here. Take time to notice the muscles of the face, particularly the jaw, that space between the eyebrows. Try to soften as much as you can. Bring awareness to your breath. And for these rounds of breath, pay particular attention to that transition spot between your inhale and your exhale. Is there a slight pause? If there is a slight pause, does the amount of time in that pause change as we stay here for a bit? We'll be here another few rounds of breath. And now bring some gentle movement to your body and begin to move from here in a way that feels right for you. So whether that be a long stretch, whether it be bring knees into the chest, a combination of both, maybe it's some movement through the legs, some circles. When you're ready, meet me in a seated posture. You may want your bolster. You also may want a block for some things that we will practice. So having those things close to you. All right, we'll just begin with some movement through the spine. So if you'll place your hands to your knees, and then using leverage of your hands to your knees, try and draw your chest forward. So think of a seated cow pose. And then let's round out through the spine, finding a seated cat. Together again, let's inhale, draw the chest forward, and exhale, rounding out through the spine. One more just like that, inhaling to open, and exhaling to round. And then from here, begin to move your body in a circular motion. And these don't have to be big, but just begin to notice particularly what you may be feeling through the hips. But let your body be soft, the top of the body, the torso, the head, the neck. The next time you come center, switch directions. And then the next time you come center, stay right here. All right, so your block may be helpful to you here. You want to put it on that right side. And your right hand will either be to the block or to the floor. Your left arm, you're sending it up and over. And let's pause right here. So if dropping your shoulder in is something you'd like to check out, feel free to do that. You could really rotate your shoulder back here as well. You could add some circles through the arms. We're going to actually do some mobility through the arms as we move through class. But just notice here again, anything that you'd like to do to explore a little bit through the side body and through the shoulder. And then we'll flow up and over to that other side. So same thing over here. Hand or forearm to the block or to the floor. And then take time to really check in. Discover what is maybe feeling a little tighter. Find some movement if you'd like. And then let's flow back up to center. All right, fingertips will be out in front. It might feel a little like you're being pushed forward, but hold on with me. We're actually going to remove that bolster for the next round. For right here, just walking those fingertips out. And we'll walk the fingertips back in. We'll switch the position of the legs. Opposite leg in front. And sit up nice and tall here. In fact, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, twist to your right, and then let your left hand land to the knee. That right hand, if it connects with the floor, reaches down, feel free to do that, or just placing it to the lower part of the back. But trying to get a little leverage here to help with the twist. Don't force anything. And use your breath. Inhaling, sit a little bit taller. Exhaling, see if you can twist a little bit more. That includes the neck. So turning to look over the shoulder. And then we'll flow, bringing the arms back all the way to the ceiling and exhaling to twist to the other side. Hand to the knee. Left hand, again, wherever it can connect. Use your breath. Back to center. If you're seated on a bolster and you'd like to remove it for this next round of walking the fingertips forward, feel free to do that. It might feel a little bit better, but completely up to you. So once those fingertips out in front, of course, you're welcome to stay, but if you'd like to explore a little bit here, feel free to do that. walk all the way through from here onto hands and knees. From your hands and knees position, curl your toes under. Let's walk our hands and feet together. Standing forward bend. And we will take time here. So let yourself be fully relaxed as you can through the upper body. Check in, head, neck, shoulders. And feel free to vary the arms in a way that feels right for you. Again, we have a couple more breaths here. We'll make our way to a standing position. You choose how you get there. And then move to the front end of your mat. You may want your blocks available to you at the front end of the mat, so feel free to put those in place. All right, let's inhale, sweep your arms up, big stretch up tall. As you exhale, open up through the front body. Inhale, lengthen up, dive fully forward as you exhale. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Good, step your right foot back, your left foot will stay. We'll drop the back knee to the mat, and let's make some 90 degrees, so your legs are perpendicular, the thigh, the shin to the mat, and then grab one of those blocks. All right, so right here, really pressing through that left foot, maybe those right toes stay curled under, but you've got this energy flowing. Let's send the block out in front. Core nice and strong. We're actually gonna twist toward the leg first, come back to center, and twist away from the leg. Good, come back to center. We have a couple more rounds, twisting toward the leg. Find that end range, come back to center, and twist away. One more time, let's practice that. Come back to center, out toward the leg, center, and away, and center, and bring the block back down. And now you may want to shuffle that right knee back just a little bit so you've got this diagonal from the hip down to the knee. Let's shift our weight back to find a half splits. And we're going to flow forward one more time, and flow back and hold. So once you find this half splits, you can maintain the shape of chest forward. You could also bring both hands to the opposite side of that left leg. You may feel a little more through that left IT band if you go there, but let's pause here, one more breath. You are out to that outside of the leg, come back to center and try and drop the sole of the foot to the mat. See if you can feel a stretch through the front, the shin area, the front of the leg. All right, and then we'll do another shift forward, and this time, let's bring the left knee back to join the legs to find a modified plank pose. From your modified plank pose, lower all the way down to your mat. And on your inhale, peel the front of the body up. Feel free to float your hands here. Exhale to lower down. Again, inhale, peel the front of the body up. Maybe float the hands, maybe not. And exhale to lower down. Now inhale, peel up. Keep your hands to the mat. And add just a little bit more to that back bend. Let the shoulders relax. Lower the front body down. Press up to your modified plank pose. And then you're welcome to press back to either a child's pose or down dog, your choice. Whatever shape you chose, find movement. If you'd like to find movement, just stay, whatever you need. Now we will take our time to make our way to the front end of the mat again. You choose how you get there. If you're in child's pose, making your way in a way that feels right. Once you arrive at the front end of the mat, let's inhale, sweep the arms up, stretch up tall. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lengthen up, dive fully forward as you exhale. Let's inhale, half lift up. Exhale, fold. Right foot stays, left foot steps back. Find a lunge. Let's start off with these 90 degree shapes. So dropping that back knee down. All right, and then come on up. You bring a block with you, but first feel that energy flowing. Again, here in both directions. Let's send the block straight out in front. Keeping those arms straight, you're twisting towards your bent knee. Good, come back to center and twist away. Come back to center, 2 more rounds, twisting. Good, and center, so nice, y'all. And twist. And center, last time, twisting right. Find that end range, come back to center, and twist left. And come back to center. Good, now let's let the block land. And then maybe again, shimmying that back knee back just a little bit so that when you send your hips back, you are finding that half splits with that left knee and left hip aligned. Let's one more time flow forward. And then one more time, flow back, and let's pause. So whatever variations you practiced the first round, practicing them again here. So both hands landed to the outside of that right leg, or outside of the leg. Do that again here. We're holding for a couple more breaths. Come back to center if you're not there already, and let the sole of the foot land to the mat if you can. If it doesn't feel right to do that, stay where you are. Let the chest expand and the spine stay long. Right hip, it'll want to come forward, keep sending it back. Good, now we are slowly going to walk ourselves forward. Here's a change from our last round. Curl the left toes under and walk yourself around to face the long edge of your mat. Angle your toes out toward the corners of your mat and begin, if you'd like, to lunge from side to side. All right, so I am, again, letting you move on your own. So finding any variation of this movement, or even staying center and finding a wide leg standing forward bend is of course an option. We'll stay here for probably another 45 seconds or so. Knee is bent, or if you'll join me in a side lunge with that left knee bent. And we're going to turn ourselves to face the back end of the mat. So pivot around, you'll be in a lunge. Yep, beautiful. Your right hand will stay either to your block or to the floor. The left arm extends up for a twist. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Let your right foot land to the mat and send your right arm up into the air for a modified side angle pose. Yep. So you're turning that right foot on its side, left forearm to the thigh. And then let your hands land back to the mat. We are flowing to the front of the mat. Turn the toes to face the front of the mat. Let your left hand be to the floor or to the block. Right arm, you'll send it up for that twist. Good, now let the right forearm land to the right thigh. Left foot lands on its side. Left arm goes up into the air and then maybe angle it forward so you find this modified version of side angle pose. All right, let your hands land around your right foot, pivot onto your back toes, left knee lands to the mat, right knee lands back to join it, modified plank pose. Again, we're lowering all the way down to the mat. And this time, we're sending the left arm straight out in front. Reach back, grab the top part of your right foot with your right hand. All right, you are welcome to keep this very passive. Just finding that quad stretch. You could also add more of a back bend by bringing the forearm to the floor, elbow underneath the shoulder. Slowly release, and we'll switch to the other side. So your right arm extends out, left hand reaches back for the ankle or the left foot, top part of the left foot, and then deciding if just keeping that arm straight is where you need to be or bringing the forearm to the floor is something you'd like to try. Elbow lands underneath the shoulder if you pursue that option, and then just pause. Gently release that. Let your hands come underneath the shoulders, slide them back, point your elbows back, push up to a modified plank pose, and once again, down dog or child's pose will be your option. Let's meet again on our stomach. So we're going to practice, or one more pose. This one is for the front of the shoulder. So one more pose here, and then we stand up and do a little balance. So your left arm is going to go straight out to the side, the right hand underneath that right shoulder, and then you'll push yourself open to that right long edge of your mat. Your right foot could kickstand behind the left. You could send it long, but let your head land to the mat. If you'd like a block here for your support, for support of the head, feel free to do that. Your right arm could go behind your back. You could send your right arm long and think about paralleling the right and left arms. Land back to the mat and slowly guide yourself back to your stomach. So we sent the left arm straight out to the side. Now I'd like you to do a little angle. So it might be a 90-degree angle, that's pretty intense. It might be so you're just bending the elbow just a little bit, or you can decide that if you would like to practice a lot. And then once again, find that opening. So if you have a 90-degree shape, it's going to be really intense. That muscle that we're trying to target is the pec minor. That becomes really tight if we are in a forward, internally rotated shoulder position throughout the day. So you may notice that. If that's what you're feeling pretty intense there, it's likely that muscle. All right, slowly roll yourself onto your stomach again, and let's do those same two things opposite side. So your left arm is now going straight out to the side to start. And then we'll push ourselves open to the left long edge of the mat. Your left leg can land behind the right for support. You can send the leg long. And then deciding here, that left arm, if you bring it behind your back, if you parallel the left and right arms, but let your head relax here. And pay particular attention to what is happening through the front body, particularly that right shoulder, the front of the right shoulder. Now slowly guide yourself back to your stomach, and let's make a change with this right arm. So doing a little bit of a bend of the elbow or a lat, bend, and then push yourself open once again. So if it's really intense and it just feels like it's too much, go back to where we started. Do y'all feel that change? Good, now slowly roll yourself back to your stomach. Good, come up to all fours. Curl the toes under, let's walk hands and feet together, standing forward bend, and then guide yourself to a standing position, however you'd like to do that. All right, let's work just a little bit of balance. And this balance series that we'll do will actually use our strap on the floor to stretch in the same way. So finding a spot in front of you that is not moving, in fact, Mike does this. I always think this is a great idea. So putting that block out there in front of you just to get a visual on something. Bringing all of your weight. Let's start with right foot. No, let's start left, sorry. Just trying to mix it up a little bit today. So the left foot underneath the left hip bone, and then you'll bring that right knee up. Okay, so you are welcome just to stay here. This is a gentle class, so I'm going to guide you with a very gentle version, but know that you could send the leg straight if you'd like. You could reach with peace fingers and grab that right big toe if you'd like. You're staying center, hips square to your mat, so that right hip will want to pop up. Try to keep hip square, and then we'll begin to guide this right knee out to the right side. Bring the leg back to center and across the body. And just notice here what's happening with that left foot. And we're gonna actually do the same thing on the back. I just want you to check in with that left foot, just noticing where that is. All right, come back to center, set your right foot down, and let's prepare for the other side. So just taking some time to move around a little bit, finding that full connection of your right foot underneath that right hip bone, and when you're ready, your left knee will come up. And maybe you keep your hands to your hips if that, you can always bring your arms out to the side too, but that left hip, it'll want to pop up. So notice what's happening there. Again, you could reach out with peace fingers and grab to that big toe, lengthen the leg out in front of you if you'd like. Let's guide this left leg to the left side. Slowly bring the left knee back to center and across. Good, the leg it comes back to center, you'll set your left foot down, shake out whatever you might need to shake out. And no magical way to get onto our backs, but that's where we are going next. So meet me there, grabbing your strap along the way. A block may be helpful to you on your back as well for our inversions later. All right, so you are on your back again. We're doing the same thing that we just did, but let's start with that strap under the ball mount of the left foot. All right, we have worked through lengthened hamstrings a couple of different times. So we're actually gonna focus in, it'll end up being more outer thigh, but let's do a little inner thigh here. Your left hand, keep the left hand to the strap and guide the left leg out to the left side. Right arm extends out for support. Your right knee can be bent. You could send that right leg long. Slowly bring the left leg back to center. Before we go anywhere, if the right leg is not long, if you will send it to your mat and angle, make sure your toes and your knee, you can feel it facing straight up to the ceiling. So think about how we were when we were standing. We'll do that same thing here. So grabbing the strap with just your right hand, send your left arm out to the side. Keep your right leg as it is as you guide that left leg across. So you won't go very far. You are welcome to stay right here. You could also make this a bigger thing by beginning to just let that right leg relax. In fact, you are rolling to the right hip. If you'd like to just, again, let that right leg relax. So you may notice there are differences between keeping the right leg strong versus letting it be relaxed. So deciding which approach you take. Good. Slowly bring the leg back to center. Grab the strap with just your left hand and guide your left knee in toward the left shoulder, left armpit for a half of a happy baby. Good, let's gently release the left foot and prepare on the right side. Strap under the ball mount of that right foot. Pressing through the ball mount. And then we are again focused more on inner and outer thighs. So begin to guide your right leg out to the right side. Slowly bring the right leg to center. The left leg, if you'll straighten it out onto your mat if it's not there already, and let the left toes and left knee point straight up to the ceiling. Left hand grabs the strap, right arm out to the side, and we will keep that left leg as it is as we guide the right leg across. And now again, you have a choice. The left leg can remain as it is with the toes and knee facing up, or you can allow that left leg to relax. Slowly bring the left leg to center. Strap in your right hand, guide your right knee in toward your right armpit for a half of a happy baby. Let's gently release. All right, you have a block close to you. You are welcome to use that for our final inversion, final little bit of class that I'm going to let you just do your own thing. So use that block if you'd like or not. Shoulder stand, bridge, full happy baby, a supported bridge, supported waterfall. You decide. Last 30 seconds in inversions. All right, let's slowly bring knees into chest. So if you're on your block, you can remove that and let the knees draw in. Again, move any movement here that would feel right for you. Feel free to do that little rock from side to side or drawing circles with the knees. Let the soles of the feet land about mat width apart. Send your arms out wide and begin to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Easy. When the knees land over to that left side, pause right there. And this might feel right for your twist. Again, we were twisting when we sent the legs straight out to the side. So this is just another opportunity for a twist, but it also can be another opportunity for a hip opener. So if those feet are about mat width apart, you could lift your left foot up off the mat and let that left ankle drape to the opposite side of that right knee. Or you could cross the leg a little bit more. But the idea here is to get a little bit of an internal rotation on that right hip, or for that right hip. Let's release, guide the knees to the opposite side. And then decide here, if this is where you want to stay, if you'd like to add that little bit of extra, you're lifting your foot up, letting the ankle rest to the outside of the leg. Let's gently release. Any other movement nose that you need, take time here. Also take time to set yourself up for final relaxation. So if you'd like to add a prop or two to assist with your final relaxation, feel free to do that. We are going to take a couple of breaths together. These breaths will be in through the nose. We'll hold at the top of the breath, breathe in just a little bit more, and then you are welcome to open mouth side out. So let's inhale, pause, see if you can breathe in just a little bit more air, and then fully exhale. One more time, deep breath in. Pause at the top of your breath. Try to breathe in a little bit more air, and then open mouth. And now seal up the lips. And let the breath flow. Easy, slow breaths. Always have the best intentions to stay tuned in, to stay checked in. We are often checked out. So let this continue to be your time. Stay here. easy movement back to your body. And you are welcome to stay on your back. If you'd like to roll to your favorite side and just pause for a couple of breaths, feel free to do that. In this time, acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge taking time from your busy day to be on your mat. We all know that yoga is such an amazing thing to help us with mobility, and if we stay mobile, the quality of our lives, we're just able to engage in our lives more fully. Slowly press yourself up, find a comfortable seat. Let's take one more big deep breath in together. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, stretch up tall. As you exhale, draw your hands to your heart. I don't know if I can fully express how grateful I am for all of you. I know it takes time to get yourself on the mat, and I just appreciate you so much.